Now, if you're trying to pair your GSuite account with Linkio Outreach, we're working on getting verified for the Google API integration, so that'll just be a one-click thing. But while we're doing that, you can still pair your GSuite account. You just have to do it through the custom inbox. And in order to actually get the integration connection to work, you have to do a couple of steps on the G Suite admin settings. So I did a quick write-up to show you what those steps are, and I'll do this video to walk you through the process. So step number one, you want to turn off two-step verification. You can do this through your My Accounts in Google. So I gave you a direct link. You can just click this, and it's going to open up to the security settings. And here under the signing in under Google, there's a two-step verification. Just turn that off for now. The next thing we want to do is allow access to less secure apps. While Google is reviewing our application, that's what they call any app that hasn't been fully verified by Google yet. It's going to happen, but in the meantime, this is the workaround that Google gives you to still be able to work with our app. So step number one, you want to go to admin.google.com. So you can click that link. And you want to make sure that it doesn't default to a different email account. For me, it did. So I'm going to switch to my persona that I want to set up. And for this step, it's very important that you do this first step initially before moving on to the second step. Because if you jump directly to the second step, let me show you the error message that you're going to get. And it might be frustrating if you do these two things out of order. So if you try to allow less secure apps directly through your email account, it's going to give you this rejection. So the first thing you want to do is log in through your administrator account. It might be the same account, but it's just a different process. You see this is at admin.google.com, and the second step is at myaccount.google.com. Even if you're using the same exact email, there's just different backends. So click on the admin.google.com, and again, make sure that you're logged into the correct email account. Once that's good, you want to click on security, and here this less secure apps section. So you want to switch from disable access to allow users to manage their access. I'm going to select that. And it gives you this warning that it might take up to 24 hours. Let's see if that's true or not. So this is step one now. It's done. Now let's try step two. Now this setting is available. Allow less secure apps is off currently. I'm going to toggle that to on. It says updated. Let's move on. So these two steps allow us to successfully integrate with the Linkio app, but there's a couple more steps. So now why don't we head over to the actual Linkio platform. And what I did here is I went to the settings tab, I clicked add inbox. I'm going to add a custom inbox. And now there's a few settings here that you can use. For outgoing SMTP, you can copy in these settings here. This port is 587. That's very important to use correctly. And then host IMAP port 993. Let me get the password here. So I've entered all this information, including the username and password. For the email address, I will use emma@avowtobechic.com, Emma Watson. Now, for the first step, you want to click Add Inbox. You're going to see it says Deliverability Not Verified. So open this back up and click Test Deliverability. Successfully verified inbox deliverability came up. Now, you might have an error message. I did a couple times. I was expecting an error that time too. One of the errors, instead of the select successfully verified, it might say you will failed to verify deliverability, cannot send email, original error. So if you open this, if you open this URL right here, you want to check if there was any kind of security issue shown here. It might say something was blocked or whatever that last message was, click it. And if there's a message that lets you select it was me, go ahead and select that. Then you can try to test deliverability again. And if it still fires off the same error, click this URL and click the continue button. Once you do that, you can try to test deliverability one more time. And that time you should get a success message. So that's the general flow for getting GSuite to work with our custom inboxes. Thanks.